Does the SCP community interest you? If so, I'll start with 10 of the most unsettling entries, which are arguably the most well-known in the SCP community. SCP monsters are bizarre, creepy, and disturbing. The horror they carry in their looks is sometimes otherworldly. But not all of them are that much more frightening. They evoke severe goosebumps. But some are indeed the scariest. Just looking at them can take your breath away. Which are they? How do they look? Hello people, welcome to the channel Top 10 in the World. As the name suggests, we enlist here the 10 best of any niche in the world and share them with you. So don't miss all these exciting top 10 lists from us. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon right away. So without any further ado, let's begin, shall we? Number 1. SCP-173 The Sculpture. The very first item on the list is also the very first item on the website. The sculpture SCP-173. It seems innocuous at first, if not a bit spooky, as a concrete, roughly humanoid statue with stubby arms and legs and a red and green face. But if you take your gaze away from it for a second, it may be too late. The sculpture is extraordinarily fast and has a penchant for breaking the necks of anybody it comes across, yet it can only move if no one is looking at it directly. Hold on, that's just like Doctor Who's Weeping Angels. I'm sure many of you just said it. It is a complete ripoff. To which I respond that SCP-173 was developed in 2006, a year before the Doctor Who episode that introduced the Angels aired. This one is dubbed the original for a reason. Number 2. SCP-87 The Stairwell. SCP-87, an unlit descending stairway discovered on a classified school site, is equally bizarre. Those who begin walking down claim to hear a voice at the bottom, which they believe to be that of a young girl crying for assistance. Naturally, they rush to her rescue, only to discover that the stairs don't appear to have a bottom. They continue to descend indefinitely, with the voice coming no closer, although you have gone 4 kilometers. The majority of those who fell had the misfortune of meeting him. SCP-87-1 is a person who looks to be a masculine face without nostrils, pupils, or a mouth. Some make it to the surface while others vanish. Number 3. SCP-106 The Old Man, aka Radical Larry. SCP-106 is an old, mostly decomposed human being with a perpetual sinister smile and empty eyes coated with black goo. The Old Man is a malevolent and predatory creature with the capacity to walk through walls, disappear through floors, and hang from ceilings, and its slime is a global decomposer. Everything that comes into contact with rust, rot, and cracks. The fact that he possesses power over a pocket realm, which he may enter and depart as he pleases, is his most terrifying talent. In that realm, he has complete control over space and time, and his favorite pastime is pulling any human he can get his slimy mitts on into the dimension for games of chase, in which it will hunt down and catch victims for the sole purpose of torturing them to death. Number 4. SCP-49 The Plague Doctor. SCP-49 is a popular entry among SCP aficionados. At first glance, he appears to be a man wearing a black hooded robe and a silvery porcelain mask with a long bird-like snout, as is customary for plague doctors. However, it has now got discovered that his clothing is an extension of his body, permanently and naturally linked to his skin. 49 is dedicated to curing the world of the sickness which has yet to get defined. He picks and selects which patients to operate on. When he gets a cadaver to work on, he slices it open and begins tinkering about within it with a bizarre assortment of medical instruments and serums. The patients will reanimate after getting sewn up, but they will not be the same. They shamble around without any higher brain processes until they come upon another human being, at which point they go insane and rip their prey apart. 49 is intelligent enough to talk, but he prefers not to. He seldom deviates from the theme of curing the pestilence when he does. Number 5. SCP-96 The Shy Guy. The mere sight of SCP-96 is enough to give anyone the creeps. This gaunt, hairless humanoid with long, gangly limbs and legs is typically as gentle as they come, but it has a single trigger: anybody who glances at its face. The face in question features blank eyes and a mouth that can extend up to 5 times the size of a typical human's mouth. Even if you only see it for a few seconds, even if you only see it from afar, it goes insane, writhing around while weeping and chattering before hunting down the offender and viciously killing them. So far, it has overcome every challenge it has faced, bursting through steel doors and walls, racing ceaselessly across vast distances, and even swimming to the very bottom of the ocean to apprehend a criminal at a Foundation-controlled facility. The Foundation wears a sack on its head to prevent meltdowns, but accidents can and do happen. Number 6. SCP-682 The Difficult-to-Destroy Reptile. While some of the articles I have highlighted are scarier than others, none is more well known than SCP-682. The species in issue is a huge cold-blooded quadruped known as the hard-to-destroy reptile. He's incredibly intelligent, in fact, more intelligent than the majority of people. But he's just as violent and vicious as he is intelligent, and he relishes ripping humans and all other living forms for that matter to shreds to demonstrate his dislike for them. The Foundation discovered him after he mulched a few farmers because he was disgusting